Like, share, oh, I forgot to say it. Didn't fit. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So, should I play this video that you sent?
Of course, yeah.
All right, let me see. All right, let me share my screen. Share here. All right.
It's the ones we don't like. We make them do it all.
So you ain't like your husband.
I ain't gonna embarrass my husband even more on the internet, but he was a simp and I seen the opportunity and I took it.
Well, I'm saying what his qualities was.
I mean, for one, he accepted the fact that I have 3 kids.
So you got 3 kids too?
Damn.
Well, like, if we really feel it. It's the ones we don't like. We make them do it all.
So you ain't like your husband.
Jesus. Right.
Told you niggas, you a fucking fool if you get
I ain't
married.
gonna embarrass my husband even more on the internet, but he was a simp and I seen the opportunity and I took it.
Well, I'm saying what his qualities was.
I mean, for one, he accepted the fact that I have 3 kids.
So you got 3 kids too?
I have 3 children. Well, like, if we really feel it. It's the ones we don't like. We make them do it all.
So you ain't like your husband.
Yo. She said that? Why she said that?
You heard her because he is fucking simp.
What's the homeboy said? That's not the worst part. What's the worst part?
It's a part 2. I'm trying to find it. It's a part 2, but the worst part is, like I said, the worst. Yeah, I don't know what's worse than her coming on a public platform and clearly embarrassing the shit out of her husband and calling him a simp. I don't know what could be worse than that. But
she said, for one, he accepted my 3 kids, so she thought he was bugging. She thought he was bugging by accepting her kids. Jesus Christ, man. It's ill. Jay Miller was popping. Jay Miller been saying that shit, bro. He been fighting hard from the chat for the past week about dating baby moms. Yo, what's goody? Damn, son. That's crazy. That's nasty work. I don't know what to say to that. How do we fit this into the conversation?
She don't set nobody's standards, but she's a great example of what to avoid. You can listen to the way she speaks, and you it's easy to see. You stay away from that one. Like nothing about her is appealing or attractive. You lady, you wouldn't survive the first date.
Yeah, so this is clearly the example of a woman that's all liability. All liability. From the financial, from the support, from the not embarrassing the fuck out of you, from the respect or the lack thereof. This woman is all and like you said, physical attraction. This bitch might be a foe.
She's a lemon.
Might be. So brothers, this is a cautionary tale. Stop motherfucking acting out of scarcity, my nigga. All right. Get you before you wife this, literally, you know what I'm saying? And we talking about marry or motherfucking be in a long-term relationship with this nigga. Hey, get you a motherfucking a bottle of lotion and Pornhub is free.
Hey, she look regular, average.
4. I'm sorry, 4.
But is she an outlier?
No.
Come on, son.
Oh boy,
that's not an outlier.
Wait. From the extreme point, yes. From this extreme level.
No, well, let's walk it down. So how she acts, how she saw a man as bait and married him because it. Now look,
hell no.
That whole trophy wife shit thing and all that. Like, are women thinking like her? Maybe just not.
Yeah, she's definitely not an outlier. This is the standard. We told you, especially, bro, once a woman gets over that 30 age, bro, that's why they say, hey, I can't date my type no more. This is something that happens all the time. Everybody say this internet shit or whatever, so on and so on. This woman said verbatim, I saw a simp and I took advantage, or I took my chance of opportunity. She knew what he was. So she already knew, hey, I got 3 kids. Oh, I don't care. You know, I ain't really bringing much to the table. It's cool. I can deal with it. I can take care of it. I can handle it. Bro, women like, hey, you see a sucker, lick it, right? At an all-time high now, bro.
And you think women with kids is acting nasty like this?
Hell yeah, them the most egregious ones.
Damn.
They play the game raw like BG, baby. They got to play it raw. You know what I'm saying? They got, hey.
Now, are majority of us simps?
The majority of men are simps because the majority of men see vagina as look at vagina and women in the scarcity mindset. They act like that pussy is the last one that got made.
Yeah, either that or we're married, which, yes, simps.
See, they accepted it. And the simps, and that's always a bad thing. Again, I was married too, so again, I'm speaking from experience. When I was married, I was a simp. I signed up. I legally signed up, and shout out to my ex for being, a fucking not an asshole bitch of a woman. As to where I made it out on the good side. Most dudes don't.
Accepting the expectation that we are to die for them while not having the expectation that they'll die for us automatically puts you in a simp role. After all, a simp is someone that gives more than they can ever expect to get in return.
Okay, so it's not zero reciprocity, it's less than? No, can't be just less than, because that's the role.
Much less than.
I guess life is pretty high up there.
Yeah, right.
A lot with the 10 out says that video is pitiful, but we're glad they're showing us why we don't need baby mamas that ain't ours. And then you're going to have women who will take up for her ignorance, Hemp. I haven't seen nobody in the chat yet say it. Please do. Joel with the $5 says, Hemp, what's good? Remember what's popping? Remember 2 weeks ago when the ladies were saying I need to date single mothers? That lady in the video is foul for that. But she don't speak for all baby mothers, does she?
No.
The majority, Hemp. She not Hemp. Several women have said this. It's several women that say, "Hey, get the simp is to make the best motherfucking stepdaddies, man." They've said several women have said this. I keep telling y'all this. Oh, this ain't just the internet shit, bro. The internet exposes the mindset of what real life women actually think, and don't you know what I'm saying, and aren't brave or bold enough to fucking say.
John was popping. Good to see you with the 20 ball says, according to biblical teaching, all women are a liability to men, just like all men are a liability to God. Since we are the asset, we should set the boundaries of the relationship, just like Christ set the terms for us. Aaron with it to us, it told you the baby mamas are the worst than the childless ones. That can't be true, son. God damn, man. She did her husband. Now she said she knew he was a simp. Does she still have a husband?
She's speaking in the present tense, so I guess she said embarrass her husband any further. So I imagine she's still married.
I hope not, for his sake.
I need to understand if she still has a husband. Yeah, I gotta understand if she have a husband. Somebody find a full clip. I gotta understand this because that shit is ridiculous, right? Well. All right, let me see if I can play devil's advocate. If we know that married men are simps, even if they don't have simp-esque characteristics, right? Just by proxy of the job, her saying this, how egregious is it actually?
Well, pretty egregious because we also have to remember there's levels to this shit. There's levels to being a simp. There are gradations of symptom. And she's suggesting he is a simp of the most heinous proportions.
Because what did she say again?
She pretty much doormatted his ass.
I ain't gonna embarrass my husband even more on the internet, but he was a simp and I seen the opportunity and I took it.
Well, I'm saying what his qualities was.
I mean, for one, he accepted the fact that I have 3 kids.
So you got 3 kids too?
I have 3 children. A lot if we really feeling you. It's the ones we don't like. We make them do it all.
So he ain't like your husband.
So she ain't liking her husband. Okay. But we noticed though. So what is she saying that's so out of bounds, I guess? When I first heard it, I'm like, damn, but then I'm like, we agree with her.
Yeah, but she directing it like have some respect, have some fucking decorum. Jesus Christ.
But Mr. Fantastic, what if she like you tried, remember earlier in the stream, and then you just said fuck it and said what you needed to say.
Well, the thing about me is that there's no repercussions for my words because you know what I'm saying, there's nobody that can take anything from me or I'm going to be at a deficit. But her husband should be packing her shit and have it her and them kids that ain't his out the door of motherfucking waiting as soon as she get off that podcast. Or at least as soon as he saw her say these words to the world.
I don't know, man. It just that shit is just internet, man. They gotta take these microphones back, bro. They gotta take them back. God damn. All right, let me see. So I have this video up, right? So just in terms of asset and liability, right? I wonder for the women who say they are an asset, do they have to understand what it looks like to a man in terms of how he treats you or what he tries to instill in you? I saw this video and I wanted to get you guys' assessment on this. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So I got this one. I think I saw this morning. I think Vic sent this shit to me. I don't know. Somebody did. This one. Hold on, let me restart.
Your direction as
damn, I hate when they don't.
trying to teach his woman, loves his woman. That's their form of love. They are natural teachers. They want to guide, they want to lead, they want to make sure that you are safe and you are mentally prepared for any enemy that is coming at you. Okay? So a lot of women are taking their criticism or taking their direction as a personal attack, when really it's their form of love. Men typically, from my experience, are analyzers. They analyze a person, especially the person they're with. They see your frame of thinking, they see where your weaknesses are, and they want to strengthen you. I'll go even further. When a man cares about a woman, he wants to protect her. And so knowing how vulnerable she is to potential dangers, to the enemy, to predators, to threats out in the world, he is going to analyze her critical thinking and her mind frame. And if he sees flaws in it, he sees that you are naive in certain areas, he's going to want to fix that. He's going to want to teach you. He's going to want to make you stronger, more mentally aware, so that you're not a target for dangerous people and entities in the world. Okay? That's a good man. And that's one of the deepest forms of love. Listen, a man who is trying to teach his woman loves his woman.
What do you think about her message, fellas?
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I think she's kind of like that deer in the headlights thing. I think she could articulate it a little better. But yeah, for the most part, I think the way men value women and the way men want to protect women and keep them safe can be expressed the way she did.
Fantastic.
She gives the answer that most men think women should look at it, but clearly don't. So she gave the answer and a great explanation as to how men assess relationships and their approach to women, right? But she's the one person, the needle in the haystack, so to speak.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. She's a bit of an idealist with it. Like, yeah, she was correct though.
Yeah.
Idealist, like what? Like what? What's she saying?
Just the way she articulated it just wasn't. It was exactly what Fantastic said. It wasn't the way it should have been articulated, and for it to be driven home to women. I don't think.
Exactly. Men understood exactly what she said. We understand it, but she gave a great assessment. But women don't get it. They wouldn't get it. You gonna call her pick me and get the fuck on.
How would you drive the message home so women can understand it?
You mean how? Who knows?
Yeah. That would be a great thing.
I know my limitations.
So we can't convey this message?
No, not that we can't. I don't know how. Well, no, I know we definitely can, and we have. We've done it on your this platform ad nauseum. We've done it plenty of times. It's just the fact of the matter of that women refuse to understand something that holds them accountable, is critical of their behavior. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, like I said, they don't just get the motherfucking, chill in their soft girl era and reap all the benefits without actual, you know what I'm saying? Without actual, like I said, investment or some type of work themselves that they got to put in some pain. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I understand what you guys are saying. I guess I'm just looking at the topic, right? Asset or liability. If that can't be understood, right? There's no way you can be an asset. Agreed. Right? If you can't adopt her message, there's no way you're going to be able to be an asset.
Agreed. But then you set the premise and the truthful thing that we accepted that most women aren't assets, and most dudes are willing to accept. We as men accept that fact, and we still go on. You know what I mean? That's why I say you. So it's like catch-22, right? So you're gonna be out here and never get in a relationship with a woman, or never take a woman seriously because you know you're not gonna receive equal return on the investment or even close to it. No, you're not, because you're a human being and you need companionship, right? And you want to have children, you have a family, your bloodline continued. So it's one of the things that men are forced to accept, just societally and in reality. And then on top of that, it's even more of a gamble because it's not guaranteed. Everything good till it ain't.
Well, I get, yeah. Well, I'm just looking at return though, right? I'm looking at return on investment. I'm not looking for an equal return, but it's still an asset in that way though.
Yeah, but okay. So let's see. So like you said, a car. We go with the car thing, right? A car is an asset and a liability at the same time, but it's a liability first, right? Because it doesn't appreciate over time.
It's a depreciating asset.
Yeah. Even though it depreciates, though, it literally is the means of you know what I'm saying, being able to more than likely do what you need to do in order to survive and make it in the world, right?
Yeah.
An asset holds value. It's depreciating the value that it holds.
Yeah.
And the fact that value that asset has to be maintained makes it a liability. Insurance, right?
Yeah.
So, whereas an investment is you get a solid return on whatever you put in, you get more out.
Yeah.
And if the value of that increases, now it's an appreciating asset.
But when you look at returns, right? What's a great return? 20%?
Yeah.
Right?
In the business world, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, 20% return is great.
Yep.
Right, but you put in 100 and you got 120 back, right? Just simple math,
Yep.
So, but that's a great return, though. But it's not close to being equal.
Yeah, but is that a great return over time? Well, I guess because you're right. So consistently, a 20% return is a good return. The problem is the depreciation keeps, you know what I'm saying, and the return doesn't stay the same. You feel me? So if the woman's able to maintain that 20% throughout, and you know what I'm saying, you're still providing the, you know, the 80 to 100 or whatever, so on and so forth, cool, fine, great. But what tends to happen, we know this, is over the time, the man, his 100% turns into the 120. You feel me? So she's staying at the 20. So are you really, you know what I'm saying? You're literally not getting anything. Her responsibility, her levels, her whatever, her contribution stays the same, or even more, like say, decreases, right? Over time, as yours increases, and you see what I'm saying? And ultimately, like I said, there is no equivalent, and like you said, not expected to, if shit goes down, I gotta motherfucking go see Uncle Charles, bro. I gotta, hey, go ahead and get that pine box ready. Put me in that soup.
Night, what up, Night? Damn. Oh man, yo. I guess it's,
you know what I'm saying? We it's an illusion of a return, Ham. Outside, like, now again, listen, women are essential, women are beautiful, women are important. All you is smart, you is kind, you is important, women. Okay. So I'm not saying y'all useless. All right. But more likely than not, like you said, especially outside of the thing of where, you know, she's raising the kids and so on and so forth, la la. We're two individuals, even if we're working towards the common goal, doing things separately, but then coming together to try and, you know, and the problem is, again, when you look at the numbers, most of those situations aren't lasting. I don't even know the percentage of marriage. I don't know the stats are, but I know for a fact they're gonna be low as shit. How many people stay married till death? You feel me? This is not the 60s. It's not in the 70s. So if you're going to get, and then, you know, most relationships fail. So that's what I'm saying.
Do you think? No, I understand. How you think they look at it? You think they look at us as liabilities?
Unfortunately, yes. They're fucking unappreciative as shit. They do not understand the sacrifice that men make. I think we talked about this on here last, like, was it Friday? I think.
Yeah.
Women's appreciation. Mama, go ahead, Aaron.
No, I would say I would manage my expectations on understanding what they think, because at the top of the show, remember what I said when I asked the question, what do you bring to the table? I am the table, which tells me they have a fundamental inability to understand the conversation. Like, once you start answering that question like that, you have lost the plot before we even got into it. So, I mean, what they think, I think we got to manage how you know what I mean? I don't even know that that's to be the conversation, to be honest with you. Because it's just so far gone, left, like that way with it.
Damn. So they see us as lies. What make? Okay. So, because I asked about liabilities, right? Do they see us as liabilities? What do you think the majority of them see us as? Liabilities or assets?
Benefactors, like like for them to benefit from, not servants, but yeah, they're the beneficiary, we're the benefactor.
And that's okay though, right?
No, I'm just asking the question. What do I think they think of us? Whether it's okay or not. No, I think it's fucked up.
That's fantastic. What do you think they see us as?
Shit, like you said, walking banks, walking fucking ATMs, walking security, walking hell, in a lot of cases, hell, stepdaddies, motherfuckers that they can take advantage of, man. Most dudes do not operate in a place of, you know what I'm saying, I don't need you. Who the fuck is you? Who you think you is? You know what I mean? Especially like you said, hey, the more attractive she gets, the more she's able to take advantage of that.
So, but if we're a walking bank, then we'd be an asset at that point, right?
Yeah, but if she doesn't, even though we are clearly an asset, she doesn't see it as that because she's entitled to it. That's what you're supposed to do, nigga.
Mm.
You supposed to pay 100%, and if you don't, you broke, you dusty, you're not a real man.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So no,
protected. Yeah.
You supposed to die for me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Be it a man, be it a bear, lion, whatever. Hey, I get away and you go wrestle it.
That's why I said beneficiary is a guarantee. You don't have to protect it. You don't have to appreciate it. You don't have to maintain it. Because that's what we do.
Shit. Whoa. Aaron just said some profound shit. Bro, we a motherfucking life insurance policy, nigga.
You the beneficiary. There you go.
Nigga, all you gotta do, bruh, think about it.
Come on, guys. They care about it.
No, stop, nigga. Play this nigga scared, nigga. No, nigga, we doing this right now today.
This nigga scared.
Aaron is right, nigga. You are a life insurance policy. That's what you are to most
Why you
women.
pointing at me?
Not all. Nigga, all she gotta do is sit back and wait. Hey,
that one, yeah.
Hey, nigga, cash in. You know what I'm saying? Cry at the funeral. And if you, hey, you know, hey, you ain't gonna be the last one. Yeah, you know, my husband died. Ham. Shout out to DJ Wiz Doctor, bro. It was like a 60-some-year-old woman on Kendra G, a 70-year-old woman on Kendra G. Ham. A great grandma out here searching. Yeah, my husband died back in 2020, but I'm out here.
See,
you are a life insurance policy, nigga.
A relationship is a term life insurance policy. Marriage is a whole life insurance policy. Being with a brokey is non-cash building. Being with a high-value man is a cash building policy. But the insurance policies nonetheless.
God damn, man. This is
niggas don't know.
Wow.
That's heartbreaking.
This man shit tough, ain't it?
It shouldn't be.
Think about it though, like, so here's what I see though. For her to be the asset, I don't think that if your woman's an asset to you, I don't think that her responsibility decreases though. I think it constantly increases as you continue to build and grow, right? She would get more responsibilities and be responsible for more stuff, which is why the teaching is so important, because it'll be new tasks and assignments and things of that nature.
Exactly.
Right? Ideally, yes. Like so functionally, like in the way it's supposed to work, yes. But what's society telling her? What are her friends telling her? What is everybody else telling her? Girl, he got the money. You shouldn't be working as hard. You shouldn't have to do all this, that, and the other. You deserve the soft girl life. You deserve to be a housewife. He can afford it. So I agree with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Anything from the actual, like you said, the way it's supposed to work, right? Yeah. But everything goes against that. And it tells her, as your man gets better, you get better by having to do less. The majority of women succumb to that logic.
And that's the difference. That's what makes doing it the right way different from us simply being life insurance policies, like marriages that last. He's 100% correct. Like, I look at my wife as an appreciating asset, because she didn't come to this marriage with an answer to the question, what do you bring to this table? I am the table, right? Automatically, the standard was set there, and we built from there. But I'm not talking about my situation or my parent's situation or your situation or your parent. You know what I mean? We're talking about in general, right? We're not talking about individual situations.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, Fantastic's 100% correct. And that's why a lot of marriages deteriorate. Most. Oh, shit.
Do the women around us, let's say they start, right? They're not in the terms of like financials or accounting or economics, right? But let's just look at like asset liability, right? What I'm saying is I'm using the terminology, but I don't want to hold it directly to how these things like actually work per se. But I guess they work in the sense of people differently. Can a woman become an asset if she started as a liability?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And is that through the teaching?
Should most likely. Yeah. That's the path to it. Yep.
Okay. And
But
vice
she's going to
versa.
have to accept the teaching. But the path is the teaching, yeah. Mm-hmm.
If she starts as a liability, that's expected.
Well, if you go to traditional relationship aspect where we're both young and we get together young and we build, yes, of course, obviously, because younger people, men and women, have less, right? So you're both starting off, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning with very little to contribute, right? And it's still in that situation where you both have very little to contribute, is going to contribute the most. And as you both grow, you know what I'm saying, then those things increase. So yeah, that in principle, that's how it goes.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unfortunately, yes, it is expected. I don't think it has to be or it should be, because, like you said, even though at the very beginning you both have very little, what makes you an asset is your will to be an asset first and foremost.
Okay,
which should be enough. Because neither of you have any real value. You're not really built any real value.
So that's the young thing, right? But
right.
I am the table lady. She's an automatic liability.
Yeah.
Out the gate.
Now, she has resources. She's built herself up, right? I am the table, meaning she providing for herself and all that. Why can't she be an automatic asset considering she's definitely not a financial strain?
Because she's coming in challenging that man from the jump. She's trying to establish dominance.
Yeah, her resources are useless to the relationship.
Yeah,
because she doesn't acknowledge the relationship, which is what the table is. The table isn't her resources. The table is the relationship. And the fact that she doesn't even acknowledge the relationship means her resources are completely useless to it.
Okay. Yeah, she kicking in the door, waving the 4-4. You feel me?
Yeah, you know, down and lay down, right?
Why are we doing that? Because like I said, more likely than not, no man has ever. You know, it's crazy. Men hadn't even said that. That's what That's another thing. Women created that thing. I am the table. Men didn't create that. And literally, it's the other way around. Men are the table more likely than not. But black men specifically created this whole "I am the table," motherfucking scenario when it's like, no, bitch, no.
Okay, so the so now, okay, so what about the table sitting there? She's not the table, but she stacks her shit up. Her stack is higher than his. Is she a liability to him?
With or without the "I am the table" attitude.
Table there, they feeling each other. They bring what they got to the table. Her stack's higher than his.
Yeah, obviously, because like I said, now she because there are women that said that they have made more than the man, and the man still provided, for whatever, her money, and his money, their money type shit, right? So I would say, as long as she's like, hey, we're gonna put this together and we're gonna, make the best of this, so on and so forth. I'm willing to contribute everything I need until you get on my level. Or if you never get on my level, I'm willing to contribute most. Yes, but if it's this shit, this is my shit, and you need to get up to my shit, and then I'm gonna spend, your shit is our shit. That's sheer liability, bro.
Well, what I'm wondering is, right, because I'm just thinking of different scenarios in terms of how people are processing information. When she brings more to him, she's a liability because, in essence, he loses level of control. Right. And she's the breadwinner. So what now? Is she a liability because of I'm gonna use this term that's incendiary, but it's the only term I have to use, is because of his insecurities.
I wouldn't think it would be an insecurity situation.
She making more than him. She got more shit than him. They come to the table. His particular gender role is he's being outmatched in, essentially. Then how does he process?
Well, for the most part, I think most men would still be able to operate in that situation, and if anything, give him motivation to, like I said, match or surpass her.
Yeah, here's the thing. What we're doing now is we're reducing value to simply financial resources, and I think that's the mistake in the question. There's so much more value that both sides bring than just fiscal resources. So when asking the question within the context of fiscal resources, it's inherently a flawed question anyway. Because you're asking me, does a man see more value in himself than just the money he brings? When the question's asked, what do you bring to the table? The table being the relationship, and what's being brought isn't reduced to just money.
Let's be honest, though.
I am.
That's first and
No,
foremost.
I know you're being honest, but let's be honest too, right? Every time we insult each other, we talk about money. Every time we try to say who's valuable or not, we talk about money. The people that have a voice have money. The Bible says when a rich man speaks, everybody listens. So I understand that there are inherent and innate traits that are intangible that should be on that table and weigh heavy. But we understand oftentimes things start with how much bread you got, and if you don't got no money, you need to shut the fuck up. We had that conversation numerous times. So I'm just talking about the actuals.
So now, but by virtue of that, then we now have to accept that a woman's value is tied up in her resources as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying to understand. So if she comes with a bunch to the table, right? Let's say she got liquid capital. Let's say she has tangible assets, maybe properties, things of that nature, right? So she's doing the thing. Is she looked at from a man's point of view as a liability because he doesn't have leverage?
Well, what does he see in her resources? How do men value women's resources? Do we even acknowledge them as something that's something to seek, or you're suggesting we seek women with less resources? That's what makes her more valuable.
Well, I'm just trying to understand it, right? Because we're talking about assets versus liabilities, right? The bad attitude and things of that nature, right? If she's gonna put you in harm's way, she's an instant liability, right? She's not a depreciating asset, right? That's an instant liability, right? So we understand that there's a differentiation there, i.e., the car, as an example, right? Is a depreciation asset because you have to maintain it. It makes it a liability, right? And the value drops consistently, right? So we understand those things, but just in terms of how we see it, a man wants to operate in a particular way. He has a game plan in which he wants her to become a part of and invest in. But if I come to the table and I have more than you, whose game plan do we buy into realistically?
My problem with answering that is what makes her a liability isn't tied to money. Like you said, mindset can make her a liability. So if what makes her a liability is not tied to money, then how can I assess that what makes her an asset should be tied to money?
Touche.
That's the confusion I'm having.
Touche. I think that's a good response. Now, I guess what we would have to ask, Mr. Fantastic has probably more experience than both of us in terms of having the conversation, is how do women act typically when they have all the education and the money? Are they pliable? Are they willing to adhere to a game plan that isn't theirs, considering they have success? Or do we hear most often that those women are often more problematic, which is why it was alleged by KS and things of the nature that they end up alone?
So the question is, does their resources have the ability to influence their mindset such they become a liability?
Is there a correlation?
That I think, yeah. I would agree. We got to leave it more Mr. Fantastic's experience, but to answer that question, I would say yes there. That's probably
Okay. Mr. Fantastic, what you think? Oh, he ain't paying attention, Aaron.
Okay. So yeah, of course. The way that women are going to fucking look at the shit, bro, is going to be to where that man is what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Disposable.
Mm.
The man is disposable, right? So when you had that understanding and the whole shit that KS displayed, right, when he was trying to quote unquote let these women know, hey, you're overvaluing yourself. Average at best is what blew him up, right? Because you had this woman that was saying, I make 6 figures and I got my own business and me. These are the things that I have, and pretty much I'm requiring a man that's at my level or above. And he was saying, look, a man and a woman aren't measured the same. You had the 6 figures, you have a degree, you had a business. For the most part, a man don't give a fuck about that. Okay, and if you're asking for a man that's at that level himself, it doesn't impress him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, KS was on some 100-0 shit too, so he was on some old nigga shit. So like that kind of took away from.
Damn, it's just interesting, man. It really is interesting. Yeah, because I think that we would go wrong instantly if we're looking for equitable return, right? I'm just looking for a good return, which makes you an asset, right? The things that I give you, the tasks that I make you responsible for, or what's it called? Not allocate. What's it called when you tell people you do this, you do that, you do this? Delegate to you should be done with flying colors because you good at them, right? So damn, man, that is a crazy. If these are how our dynamics set up, man, this shit kind of sucks, bro.
Yeah, it does.
You're an automatic simp for taking care of your woman, and then you're a walking the trust fund like
life insurance policy, all that, nigga.
God damn. Perfect. Let me drop this link, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. See what's poppin'.